What's up, guys? I'm Sean from Srkcycles, and this is a 2011 Kawasaki Ninja 1000. Not to be confused with the Z1000 or the Kawasaki ZX-10R. So the ZX-10R is their full-blown super sport racing motorcycle, the most aggressive, the lightest, the fastest, the everything est, possibly the most uncomfortable. Then they came up with the Z1000, where the Z1000 is their naked street fighter motorcycle, and then this is basically the Z1000, but the touring version of the Z1000. So the bars are a little bit higher. It's got a three-way adjustable windshield. It's got the bag option and the tour pack option. So when you put this whole package together, what you get is a 136 horsepower, 510-pound, inline four-cylinder, fuel-injected, water-cooled, chain-driven monster. The ergonomics of this motorcycle are, optimal for comfort and sport. My feet are real high up. You get that sport stance, but then instead of me leaning down here, looking up like this to ride, I can just sit up, most of my weight still on my butt and my legs, no pressure on my wrists. Just a very, very comfortable, sporty feel. So you might wonder, why do they need this bike when the Concours exists? And to be honest with you, they're completely different motorcycles. You know, this is also fast, this is also sporty, but this is even more sportier. This is significantly smaller. The ergonomics are going to be a little bit different. This is going to be probably a little bit more comfortable, but ultimately this is just more of a sportier bike. This leans more for the touring side, but there's a lot of overlap, but they are just completely different bikes. Some guys might love this, they hate this, and love this. This does have a few more options, and even though this is my personal bike, this one looks a whole lot better. And I'm excited to take this thing for a spin. So here's what happens. You've been riding sport bikes your whole life. You've got that need for speed. You love riding, but sport bikes they're not as comfortable as they used to be. You're getting a little bit older, and you want to do a little more long distance, a little more destination trips instead of just trying to go fast. And then you buy something like this. It's kind of has the best of both worlds. It's fast, it's comfortable, it's sporty, it's good looking, and when you go on those trips, you can actually bring something home from where you go to your wife or kids. Now, the best feature about this motorcycle is located right here. This is the thing that makes your teeth show and your mouth smile. Ha ha! This bike is awesome. Now the guy who had this before, he put a gear indicator light on there, which is cool. It's nice to have. You end up using it more than you think you would. But this thing is quick. The brakes feel tight. It's just instant power. Whenever you need it, wherever you're at. I haven't even been past 6,000 RPMs, and most likely the power band hits after 6,000 RPMs. And this thing has felt fast the entire time. To me, this is one of the most exciting categories in motorcycle riding, and just in motorcycles, because it really does give you, it's the best of multiple worlds, you know? This is faster than a 600 Super Sport. This is more comfortable than most motorcycles for a lot of people. Not most people. You know, some guys like to be kicking back, and then that kind of takes some people. So it's more comfortable for different people. For me, you know, I got some lower back injuries. Apparently, I've got some upper back injuries now too. But I'm just very comfortable sitting on a bike like this with these ergonomics, and to know that I can throw it into a corner and I can pop the front end up whenever I want to. We'll figure out the 0 to 60, but I'm sure it's sub 3 seconds. That front end gets light in first, second, and third gear. Love this bike. Now, obviously, it's no Supermoto, but it still feels pretty good in the corners. What's this guy driving? Is he driving a ZX10? Maybe we'll get to see what this thing does against the ZX10 or 6, whatever that is. Nah, I'm not gonna race nobody. I'm actually surprised at how good this gear indicator works. I've seen some on some different bikes that have a delay to it, where you shift the gears and then like a minute later it actually clicks in. That's a ZX10. Looks like a 2005. That's a fast bike. Those things put out some big horsepower at that year. I'll follow you next time, buddy. I gotta do 0 to 60. Alright, so the challenge with this is just, can you keep the front end on the ground while you're doing a 0 to 60? We hit it back there. I have no idea. Alright, so get this thing up to highway speeds. It feels great. Now that windshield is adjustable. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know how to adjust it. I spent a little bit of time trying to figure it out. A little bit of time being 30 seconds looking online. I couldn't figure it out, so... Oh wait, is that something? Oh, hold on, I figured it out now. You push this down. Aha, I figured it out. Genius. Personally, I like riding bikes like this on the highway. Now you put that thing up, a little less wind hitting your chest. It's still not really deflecting it from hitting your face, but that's not a problem for me because I wear a full face helmet. Let's see how it does passing other vehicles. Like this is going to feel just at home, just going on little tiny trips to the store, to the cafe if you go to a cafe, you know what I mean, to your friend's house, to, you know, back roads across the country, to cruise on the highway. Just it's got such a big range, even going to the tail of the dragon and just shredding it up and dragging some bag. You know, if you're going to drag bag, just take the bags off and drag some knee. Just a lot of fun. I'm excited about motorcycles like this, guys. Guys, that wraps it up. If you are wondering, hey Sean, what kind of gloves are you wearing? This is the only types of gloves I wear. This is the M1 Moto gloves. We actually had these specifically manufactured for us, and it's one of the only motorcycle gloves lined with Kevlar. Toughest gloves out there, guys. Check out the link below at bikesandbeardsgear.com if you want to buy them. Remember, it's not what you're riding, but where are you going. We'll see you guys later. I never really got a chance to do a wheelie on this. Ooh, that feels so good. Amazing machine.